Thank you so much, Kagan. Archaeologists are giving us a look at some of the items found during a dig in Charlottesville's Court Square. That dig started in January and kicked off the first phase of Albemarle County's courts renovation and expansion project. The parking area of the Levy Opera House was chosen for the survey for its history. Archaeologists were looking for the remains of Jack Jewett Sr.
When this project was initially planned, we did not have an understanding that there were potentially human remains here, and that was something that was brought to our attention after the project had been underway from a programming and design standpoint.
The project will take about 2 years for a portion of it to be completed, and the Albemarle County Circuit Court will be temporarily moved. It's another election